we saw the American Civil War, they'd moved on to percussion caps, which gave a better ignition source. And they'd moved on to bullets rather than balls. During this war, they were firing musket balls at each other. And a ball fired from a smoothbore musket does not behave very, very politely at all. If any of you have ever played football and kicked a football travels straight while it is travelling short. As soon as it begins to decelerate, what happens is the ball curves off to the left or to the right, depending on the spin that was put on the ball by the player's foot. How a musket ball behaves. It's called winding. The problem is, the spin imparted into the ball, the football or soon after that, it literally begins to slow down quite a lot, and the spin doesn't. So it kind of curves like this. Now, infantry did have a solid defence against cavalry, and this was to form squares. In fact, this was the one tactic that made Waterloo work. Because if you form a square, the things to the riders, like lift them straight off their horse. And the horses, no matter how much you encourage them, will not impale themselves on bayonets. So squares were largely impregnable to horses. And very clearly we can see, and don't forget today is a fairly dry day, and there is a good strong breeze. But you can imagine if it was a wet day, how much this smoke would obscure the battlefield. And we've only got 2 cannons firing here. Imagine we had battery upon battery. Now the French had been very successful. Napoleon had quite often beat larger forces, and the reason for this is he would often go against military doctrine, divide his force and then attack from the side, and therefore cause larger forces to lose cohesion. He was the master of mobility. But as for the problem of inaccuracy and the limitations on the musket, somebody had to address it. And somebody did. The ball still had to be big enough to stop a horse. So they decided that they were going to make the musket ball smaller. So the French are using a .69 calibre. The British had simply divided a ball of lead, a £1 ball of lead, into 12 balls. This is .75 character. But oddly, that again has affected the way we look at ammunitions. Because the pound of lead is divided into 12, that is a 12 bore. And it's exactly the same calibre as a modern 12 shotgun. So that is where we get 12 balls. So you get 10 balls out of your pound of lead. That meant that the Charleville was, in practice, the British, on several occasions, pointed out the obvious flaw in the thinking. If the British soldier, with his brown belt, ran out of ammunition, he could put a .69 calibre ball down his weapon and fire it. Because it was too small, it rattled out, and it didn't go with Charleville, a larger brown bess ammunition, because it didn't even fit in the barrel. Now, artillery of the day was beginning to actually get somewhere. In the beginning, artillery was very simple. It had a simple ball, which you fired as fast as possible at your enemy. However, unless you're firing into fortification, it's not very useful. Or it'll go through the side of a ship, or it'll go through a fortification. But if you're firing it against a crowd of men, you kill 2 of them. because it goes straight through the crown of men. Even if you're a good artilleryman, you can get it to skip along the ground, you're still only going to get 4 or so. So, fused ammunition was invented. So when they're firing these cannons at the English here, they're actually firing something called the actual firing gun ignites the fuse. He wants it to explode over the enemy, and it will then explode, and bits of the outside casing should rain down on his enemy, and with any luck, kill more than 2 men. Effective. His name, by the way, is Harvey Shrapnel. So he too has affected English language, because the fragments from his new casing were known as shrapnel, and we still use it today. Now the 2 guns here are actually attached to the French battalion. Now this is not used in this way. However, during the early days of the Napoleonic Wars, they were often company or battalion guns, so 2 guns would be attached to a battalion as their support. This is what the French have done today. First Battalion and 2nd Battalion on the field today. The French, of course, wear these blue uniforms, and these are French regulars. We don't have any of the voltigeurs today, which is a shame, because normally we have voltigeurs, which are like light infantry, and they're the ones that would have done all the flank attacks, and we don't have any today. Now, the 21st, this regiment here, as we say, we've got 2 battalions, but in the middle we've got the 45th. Now, they've given me how to say this as well, so let me massacre some more French language. Because at the Battle of Waterloo, one of them got hold of it, and they stole it. So a Scots regiment actually beat them and took their eagle, and they weren't allowed another one. And for any of you that are ever in up there, you can actually go into Edinburgh Castle, and I can see the crowd's very sympathetic on that one. But if the French were typically in blue, then the British were typically in red. But, and I got told off 2 years ago for getting this wrong, all red coats are very different. And the difference is in the headwear or the facings on the jackets. We also mentioned the coalition. I've just checked, it was the Scots Greys that actually took the 45th Seagull. It was the Scots Greys. But addressing the question of accuracy, the British had got an answer, but the British generals didn't like the answer. Even worse. But the rifle, of course, the Baker rifle, made famous by Sean Bean, of course, did exist. You can see them there, over there in the distance. The only with them is, what happened is, if the riflemen get caught out in the open by a black infantryman... Now when we fired the cannons of the American Civil War, when they later whack, and it's the same with the flintlock muskets, which is why so many people miss on firing them, because when you pull the trigger on a flintlock, you don't take the aim off, because it almost is a whoosh whack. Now actually, no, I'm not in charge, and they went, okay then. And again we had to have Waterloo to finish it off, and this time they actually exiled him properly. Artillery, what do we reckon to that? Yes, no? Right, can we have a cheer for the Redcoats? Do you think they're going to win? Yeah. Oh, it's gone to confusion. Attack from 2 sides and get as much firepower on a single point. And this is exactly what's happened here. The French commander there is deploying troops to try and defend those guns, or at least fight those guns, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The Eagle... Well, he didn't have time to reload, so apparently the best thing to do was chase him and kick his backside. There we go. The rifles there confirming that they've taken the guns, and then